Hey, what's up, Fox? It's your boy Hawk. Welcome back to another episode of Hawk's Podcast. The first episode of December 2023. Let's get it. Long way. Before, it's a winter break. Finally back home. Time to celebrate the rest of the year. Christmas time. Let's get it. Sir. Let's go. Long way. Yes, sir. Uh-huh. Let's go. Huh? So, before. Hey man, that's a great production, man. That's a great soundtrack. That's great, man. Anyways, hey, what's up, Fox? It's your boy Hawk. Welcome back to another episode of Fox Podcast. I forgot the name or the specific number of this podcast. I'll say it in the next podcast episode because I'm gonna drop 3 back to back. This is the first one of the week. It is 1 week before Christmas, actually less than a week before Christmas, 6 days before Christmas Day, 5 days before Christmas Eve. Yes, sir. But anyways, yeah, so I'll say the name of this, or I can look it up right now, actually. Okay, so it is episode 29 of Hawk's Podcast. This is the first podcast episode I'm recording during this 3-day streak this week where I'm going to be dropping 3 podcasts in a row. This is going to be dropping today before midnight. And it is currently, I forgot my phone. It is 12:35 p.m. 12:35 p.m. and it's December 19th, 2023, and it's 12:35 p.m. And so, I'm glad to be back to record a podcast episode. It's only been 2 weeks since the last one, so it hasn't been that long, relatively speaking, compared to the rest of the year where I haven't really been able to drop consistent podcast episodes because of school and other priorities. And this year has been crazy. I'll explain it more at the end of the year. I'll do an end of the year brief kind of a review of 2023. But for now, we're going to keep it chill. I'm back home from winter break. I just finished off the fall-autumn quarter for myself, and I think I did a good job. Grades haven't been posted yet, so I have to wait and see what my grades are looking like. But hopefully, God willing, we passed and I'm saying we. Hopefully, I passed. I keep saying we. I need to change that because it's me. God willing, hopefully, I passed the quarter and I did the work, and I thank God for the opportunity I got, and I'm just glad to be here, man. So, anyways, finally, it's winter break. I get to chill. I'm gonna try and drop more videos at least during this break time and the rest of the year on this channel and the Second Hawk music related content on Second Hawk, and then over here on Hawk / Apex in Japanese, Hawk's Podcast. I'm gonna keep it simple for the rest of the year just because why not? I'm not gonna do too much. So this podcast episode is emotions that you should not ignore. That's the name of this podcast I'm going to react to, or the episode I'm going to react to for today's podcast episode. It is by Psych2Go once again. So last time I recorded an episode was Psych2Go. But I decided why not, I was going to react to this anyways. I'm going to react to another Psych2Go video because it's I love their videos, I love the content. So I was like, I figured why not. And this is going to be about emotions that you should not ignore. So without further ado, let's get straight into the podcast episode. All right, let's go. Y'all up there recording? Okay. Let me ready. Y'all still up there recording? Alright, 6 emotions that you should not ignore by Psych2Go. Okay. This came out 5 days ago, so this is the newest video I reacted to, in terms of time between me recording and me reacting to a video from Psych2Go. This is the newest video, but I decided, why not let's see a more recent video from Psych2Go and see what they're going to be talking about in their video. So, 6 emotions that you should not ignore. Psych2Go, 5 days ago, almost 60,000 views. We're getting close to that 12 million. Hope you guys get there by the end of the year. And spoilers. Okay, let me watch this video. Okay, it's about 7 minutes long, close to 7 minutes long. 6 emotions that you should not ignore. Let's get straight into it. All right, let's go. First time watching. First time. Let's get to it. Live reaction. Seeing as how this video already has captions, I watched the first 30 seconds and I saw that there's captions in the video, so I'm just gonna remove them for this particular reaction. So, anyways, let me get straight to it.
Are you someone who stuffs down emotions, pretending everything is fine, even when it's clearly not? You might think it's easier to just sweep your feelings under the rug, but the truth is that ignoring them can be dangerous. In this video, we'll reveal the consequences of burying your feelings and show
Okay.
you why it's so important to face your emotions head on.
Let's get
We'll
it.
also give you some tips
Yes,
on
sir.
how you can learn to manage them and avoid negative consequences. These
Mm-hmm.
are some important insights, so let's start.
Right.
Anger. From time to time, we all get a bit angry, and that's okay, because anger is an important
Yo,
emotion.
calm down, calm down.
This is what licensed psychologist and therapist Dr. Rune Molbach says about it. Anger tells us if our freedom has been squashed, if our pride has been injured, if
Yeah.
the way we see the world has been invalidated, or if our feelings have been ignored. It alerts us to the fact that we've been wronged in some way.
Right.
Anger can sometimes befit you, but ignoring it can have negative consequences both on your mental and physical health. A
Right.
2012 study published in the journal Cognitive Behavior Therapy found that
Right.
repressing anger is related to generalized anxiety disorder and can even worsen the severity of its symptoms. Another study from the Spanish Journal of Psychology in 2016 found that individuals who tend to repress anger had worse self-reported health than those with low levels of anger suppression. This might happen because stress and anger activate physiological responses in the body,
Wow.
such as changes in heart rate and breathing. That's why it's important to learn to express and regulate your anger in a healthy way. To
Okay.
do this, you could take a look at the anger iceberg, a popular concept in psychology developed by psychologists Julie and John Gottman from the Gottman Institute. It means recognizing the different emotions below the surface of your anger. If you're interested, take a look at some worksheets in the description box to learn more.
Okay.
Loneliness, breaking up, moving away from friends, or simply not having anyone to talk to. It all triggers loneliness that we can feel. This can be uncomfortable, but it can teach you valuable lessons about social connections and the importance of reaching out.
Right.
Pushing loneliness away could lead to further isolation, which deteriorates your mental health. A review on the psychological aspects of loneliness published in 2014 found that loneliness can lead to depression, feeling helpless, and even experiencing pain. But similar
Wow.
to anger, ignoring it goes beyond psychological problems. One study published in 2021 in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health suggests that loneliness should be seen as a physical problem as well. The authors of the study believe it to be an immunometabolic syndrome because of the negative consequences it has on your health. It can cause
Heard about that.
inflammation and an overall weakened immune system, making it easier to get sick.
Wow.
This is why you shouldn't ignore it. Licensed social worker Leah Aguirre suggests that you try to approach it with more curiosity and self-compassion. She says spending quality time on your own might help. What are your hobbies? When was the last time you pampered yourself? Reconnecting with yourself might help you notice that you're never actually alone, because you always have you.
Yeah.
Jealousy. Jealousy is a complex emotion that can be difficult to navigate. According to licensed marriage and family therapist April Eldmeyer, jealousy teaches us about our own insecurities and vulnerabilities.
Right.
When you feel jealous, it can be a sign that you're questioning yourself, your looks, your relationships, or even your worth.
Right.
Ignoring this green-eyed monster means that those insecurities won't be addressed, but instead used against you. A
Right.
study from 2005 found that jealousy can lead to aggressive behaviors in adolescence. The researchers observed that individuals who experienced higher levels of jealousy were more likely to engage in both physical aggression, like hitting or pushing, and passive aggression, such as ignoring someone they were angry with. These behaviors can persist into adulthood and potentially damage relationships. If you don't address your jealousy, you may become aggressive or controlling, even if you don't want to. But ultimately, your relationships could suffer. Marriage and family therapist Vicky Botnick explains for Healthline that persistent jealousy can sometimes be related to anxiety or self-esteem issues. She says that learning how to deal with either issue can automatically help soothe jealousy. To address low self-esteem, she suggests that you identify personal values, such as compassion, communication, or honesty, and ensure that you're upholding these values in your daily life. Doing this might give you an opportunity to notice your positive traits and increase your sense of self-respect. Shame. Another emotion we often feel is shame. Some studies, like the one published last year in Psychological Science, believe shame can be useful to us. The belief is that it teaches us about how we are perceived by others and our place in society. It can be a powerful emotion to help us regulate our behavior and conform to social norms.
Right.
But if you ignore shame, you may feel disconnected from who you want to be. This feeling in turn brings some negative consequences into your life. Research has shown that feeling ashamed may lead to self-destructive behavior. A 2019 study from the journal Clinical Psychology Review examined the relationship between shame and self-harm. The researchers found that people who engage in self-injury generally reported higher levels of shame. A year before, a study published in the journal Psychology and Psychotherapy found evidence that shame might be involved in the development of eating disorders. To recover from shame, licensed clinical mental health counselor Haley Shafir, she suggests accepting it and analyzing it. Why do you feel like this? Another helpful tip is learning how to focus on what you can do now and not what happened in the past. So, what's one emotion you've been ignoring, and how do you plan to address it? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Hopefully in this video you've learned that suppressing how you feel isn't good for you. Emotions, no matter how pleasant or painful, help us know ourselves better and to understand what it is that we need. We hope that you learn how to listen to those feelings, express them in a healthy way, and improve your mental and physical well-being. Don't be afraid to reach out to a friend, a family member, or a professional. We have your back. And remember, you matter.
That was a great video from Psych2Go. Shout out to Psych2Go. Shout out to the whole team, the animation team, and everybody involved in the creation of this video. I definitely agree with everything they said in regards to emotions and things that you should do to avoid ignoring them. And so yeah, let's drop a like on this video. Oh, I'm going to drop a like on the video. I keep saying we. I'm going to drop a like on the video. If you're watching this, you should also check out the video on YouTube. I'm going to say this is my favorites. What's going on with YouTube? All right. Let's see. Yeah, man, I enjoyed watching this video a lot. It was great. Gonna leave it like in the timestamps. Mental health is important. Mental health is super important. So let me get to my final thoughts, and then we can conclude this podcast episode. All right. And that does it for the Psych2Go video. Shout out to the whole team. Shout out to everyone involved in the creation and the making of that video. Emotions that you should not ignore. And I'm kind of feeling angry right now because I was just recording this part of the video and then my laptop died. As soon as I was finished, like I was about to play the music to wrap up the podcast episode, and then my laptop died. So just a heads up, you should definitely charge your laptop all the way to 100% if you're going to take it out of your reach, out of your charging reach, or bring your charger wherever you're recording. Just don't make sure your laptop doesn't die in the middle of recording, because it can mess up the groove of what you're doing and you can experience these feelings of anger. But anyways, for me, I can definitely relate to the emotions that were talked about in the video, such as anger, loneliness, jealousy, and shame. So for me specifically, I guess we can go to general examples like anger, having misguided anger in my personal experience towards somebody or towards a certain situation, such as, sometimes I felt like when I was younger, I had misguided anger towards a certain situation. Like I felt like somebody was trying to talk bad about me and I wanted to do something about it, but I felt like that anger was misguided in a way where instead of me dealing with it and be like, okay, so this happened, whatever, I felt like this anger towards somebody for a while, and then I had to learn over time how to redirect that anger into something like a passion project or mindful techniques, like I mentioned in the last podcast episode, and I guess previous ones, were practicing mindful techniques to avoid feeling angry about a certain situation that I can't control, or somebody, you can't be mad about something forever, especially long term, because like the video said about each emotion, it can affect you physically and mentally over time if you don't deal with it. Feelings of loneliness, I never truly felt lonely, but I have felt like certain situations, like mentally, where I had to deal with something and I didn't know how to deal with it at the particular time. And learning things like mindful techniques really helped me get through certain situations that had me feeling like I was alone like I wasn't alone, but because I had people and I got with me, but I was alone in the way where I felt like, am I the only person feeling this? And I knew I wasn't. Even at the time, I knew I wasn't the only person doing this, but I was like, how do I get over this so I can move forward in my life? And that's something that I guess I had to learn. And that's something that happened to me during this past school year, where I had to deal with a certain situation, and mentally I had to overcome that. And once I came out of the end of that tunnel, I just became a better person overall. And I'm really thankful that I'm out of that. But also, learning those techniques and learning how to deal with them it's important. So if you can find a resource, like they said in the videos, or, you know, finding ways to deal with those are super important, because you only have so much time anyways. It's almost like you should deal with these emotions and, you know, live the best life that you can. Same thing with feelings of jealousy and shame. So I guess jealousy and shame, feelings of shame, I guess we've all felt that before. We're feeling embarrassed, I guess, about something. But, you know, having those feelings long term isn't good. So you should find ways to do those. Like I said, find resources if you can, and hopefully get over those. And then feelings of jealousy, I feel like we've all felt jealousy, even if it's short term. So, you know, if these feelings are short term, it's normal because it's part of the human condition. But I guess if it's long term, that's where the problem comes in, because that's when you start feeling these mental and physical effects that can affect you if you don't deal with them long term. So anyways, that's just me keeping it general and brief, because I don't want to talk for too long, because I don't want this podcast episodes to be too long, especially during this week, because I'm trying to drop 3 in a row. So I'm not trying to edit for too long. I want these to be easier to edit, and I still want to drop like 3 podcast episodes in a row. So anyways, that does it for this topic about emotions. But it's really a nuanced topic that requires a lot of research, and I do appreciate the research that they put into this video. So shout out to Psych2Go for this video. Emotions, I said it in my favorite section. I'm going to go back to it my own personal time. And yeah, man, so that does it for this podcast episode. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to let me know, for example, in the YouTube comment section. And yeah, I'm also recording this on my phone, and I recorded the podcast episode in general on my laptop speakers or my laptop microphone, because I forgot my blue snowball at the apartment once again, so I can't use that until next year. So just always a reminder to, you know, think about things rationally, and, you know, oh, what can I do in this situation? I have my snowball, but I shouldn't be angry about it. I should be like, okay, let me find a way to record this. If I had to, I'd record this whole podcast episode on my phone. So if it sounds weird, just to know, I'm recording this on my iPhone. What's it? iPhone 14. So, you know, it is what it is. But I mean, it's cool because, you know, the quality is good enough. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to let me know, and have a blessed day, blessed night whenever you're watching this. Peace out, hugs. Have a nice day. Goodbye. See you guys next time.